later.
Okay.
Kan vi få stillhet?
I wondered where Stura would go in order to make room for the entity Hombres. And suddenly, Stura's right hand began to shake. Birgitta said there was always an electrical vibration whenever Hombres was about to enter or leave his body.
Jag välsignar detta tempel och den som befinner sig här.
Välkommen, Hombres.
I noticed that Stura's eyes were closed. Birgitta said that Hombres didn't want to use Stura's eyes.
Se där. Älskade jag är här. Har du några frågor till mig?
Hombres is saying greetings and talking about the quality of energy of the group.
Jag skulle vilja fråga hur allting började, om du kunde berätta om skapelsen.
She's asking him to explain creativity.
Någon säger att skapelsen har en början och den har ett slut.
How do you mean?
Jag vill påstå att
Hombres is saying the birth of creativity is here in this room and it's in every human being.
i människan själv.
And so he explained the creativity of man and God. He talked of God's love for all living beings. And he said that man is a co-creator with God, that we each have God within us, and that with each progressive lifetime, we spiral upward with a greater understanding of that God within. He said it may not appear as though we're progressing, but we are.
Kosmos är således det yttersta målet för detta kosmos ursprung, där denna.
During the next hour and a half, people asked Hombres all kinds of questions covering a wide variety of topics. They ranged from personal matters to spiritual energy. Someone asked about the future of the planet. Hombres answered with a spiritual prophecy.
Varför det var så att Atlantis måste...
Someone asked about Atlantis. He said that it disappeared because their technical knowledge exceeded their spiritual wisdom.
Egyptens pyramider har alltid fascinerat.
Someone else asked about the Great Pyramid at Giza.
Men kungens kammare befinner sig vid en viss måttenhet inom pyramiden.
He said that it was a library in stone, which we would soon learn to read.
Långt senare, tusentals år senare, pyramidens uppkomst.
The range of his knowledge seemed unlimited. Then Turid said her husband was losing his energy, that Hombres would have to leave his body.
Att Herre,
Hombres is about to give us his final blessing.
när du ser så älskade, fyll deras hjärta med ljus, ge dem kunskap. Jag vill välsigna dem alla i ditt namn.
So, Lord, when you see them, love them
Och den helige
and fill their hearts with light.
Amen.
Amen.
Jag hoppas att du har haft en bra stund och lärt någonting.
He says he hope you learned something. He needs to rest now.
I want to say something profound, but my mind is spinning. I've just never seen anything like this before. I missed you. Oh, I found this beautiful walk up here behind the building.
Look, something's come up. My wife has arrived from London. I'm sorry. It's going to make things very difficult for us.
It's all right. I understand.
I can't even stay for lunch, let alone a walk. I have to get back. I'll phone you tonight if I can.
Okay, I'll be at the hotel.
Come on, I'll drive you back.
No, I want to walk. It's beautiful up there.
You sure?
Yes, I understand. But I didn't understand. I could feel Jerry pulling away from me. He was gone again for 3 days and 3 nights. I wrote. I wrote everything I was feeling. I wrote to understand myself. I wrote to understand him. I wrote to understand the trans-channeling session I had seen. I wrote to understand about my life. Whenever he called, I told him I was writing. He said he was glad I'd found something to keep me busy. I stayed in my hotel room. I ate only Swedish crackers and butter. I watched 6 layers of snow fall and melt on the street. I watched the ferry boats glide in the icy water below. I couldn't exercise. I was too depressed, too driven. I became the furniture, the carpet, the cold hotel room. I went out to walk in the silent snow. Had Jerry and I written these roles for ourselves? Was I with him only to learn about myself? Was he with me to learn about himself? Oh, how I longed to talk with him about everything I was thinking and wondering. Finally, at the end of the week, I brought it up. So I just feel that I might know me better, and you better, and us better, if we looked into this question of living before.
How would you do that, my darling?
You always use my darling when you're patronizing me.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to.
I think I could find out through trans-channeling.
What the hell is trans-channeling?
There's someone here in Sweden, and he goes into a trance and channels disembodied spiritual entities. It is so fascinating, Jerry. Yes, and what happens is people come from all over asking questions about medical things in their past lives. It is
God,
so
Shirley, have you been going to mediums?
Why do you make it sound like a dirty word?
I think we have to talk about this. I mean, what exactly is it that you've been doing?
I'll tell you if you'll listen. Try to be a little open-minded about it, though, because it's really an interesting other dimension. Imagine a telephone. You know, when you talk on a telephone, you're not talking to the telephone, you're talking to the person who's speaking through it.
Isn't it obvious this stuff is crazy? These mediums are psychos. They're weird. They're dragging up imaginings from their own subconscious. You can't actually believe that they're communicating with spirits.
They're not communicating with spirits. They're channeling, Jerry. They're not even aware of what's being said.
Whatever they're doing, it's rubbish. They do it for money, exploiting gullible people who want to be told some sugary nonsense about dead relatives or some other damn thing.
Edgar Casey took no money, and this guy only takes what people volunteer.
Why in the name of God do you have to get involved in this sort of thing?
You just said it.
What?
God. I want to know what God is. I want to know where we fit to God. I want to know where we come from, and I want to know what happens after we die. Aren't you interested in whether this is all there is?
I don't want to know.
Why?
Because I have to address myself to real problems, real issues in this world. I understand them. I don't understand God or disembodied spiritual entities or whether we've all lived before or... That's not reality. Are you going public with this? Is this what you're writing about?
Partly, yes. But I haven't even thought about whether I'd publish anything.
Well, don't. Take it from me. It would be a very stupid move.
Who are you, Stalin?
People are going to think you've gone round the bend, and quite frankly, I'd have to agree with them.
Oh, come on. Oh, Jerry, stop that. You know that's not true. I'm just investigating. I'm exploring. And I do not understand why you won't discuss this with me.
There's an expression. If you want to get to the fruit of the tree, you have to go out on a limb. Well, I'm simply not prepared to do that.
Entity Hombres. And suddenly, Sturer's right hand began to shake. Birgitta said there was always an electrical vibration whenever Hombres was about to enter or leave his body.
Jag välsignar detta tempel och den som befinner sig häri.
Välkommen, Hombres.
I wondered where Sture would go in order to make room for the...
About the quality of energy of the group.
Jag skulle vilja fråga hur allting började, om du kunde berätta om skapelsen.
She's asking him to explain creativity.
Någon säger att skapelsen har en början och den har ett slut.
How do you mean?
Jag vill påstå att
Hombres is saying the birth of creativity is here in this room and it's in every...
Kan vi få stillhet?
I noticed that Sture's eyes were closed. Birgitta said that Hombres didn't want to use Sture's eyes.
Se där. Skudemon, jag är här. Har du några frågor till mig?
Hombres is saying greetings and talking